Welcome back to another episode of Doing the Most. Man, we have so much to talk about. So much. It's going to be quick and brief and all that. I still haven't talked at all about like all the players that committed to the Olympic team, which is kind of dope. We got some cool players there, but we're here to talk about the two games from last night. First off, the Hawks were playing at home against the Philadelphia 76ers, who were trying to force a game 7. And man, oh man, that game was pretty fun to watch. It was a good game pretty much throughout. The Hawks had an amazing first quarter, but somehow couldn't like separate the lead. Their defense just wasn't good enough, even though they were so efficient offensively and were doing like real work. Then the Sixers broke out a lead, so you started to worry for the Sixers because you're like, oh, they can't keep leads. But it was really interesting because like heading into the fourth, like nobody from the Sixers was shooting free throws. Not a single starter shot a free throw. You were scared that Seth looked hurt, but he actually played really well. Their rookie Maxey had some extended minutes, and he got them early because Ben Simmons was in foul trouble from the jump, literally first quarter. So that's why they tell you got to stay ready. This man, he was told that he was going to get like a big role today, or not a big role, but he was going to get minutes today. He was told that, and he came, he stepped up. He ate some pasta, he said. He said he called his mom and he was ready for the game, and he played really well. Maybe his stats don't show it, but he was a real factor. He put a footprints on this game. And then the fourth quarter, Doc Rivers did a thing, right? He took out Ben Simmons because they started doing the hack of Ben. So he didn't even leave him on the court, even though he split his free throws 2-4. But he gave Maxey the nod again. He didn't want to slow down the pace of the game. And the Sixers pulled it off. Now, issue for the Hawks. The Hawks were at home. Now they got to go to Philly again. They've won 2 games there, but can they really win a third? It's going to be tough. Plus, Bogdanovich looks a little hurt. So without Bogey, I don't know if they have any type of shot. It's going to be tough winning there again. I don't know if they'll be able to do it. It's going to be a really interesting scenario. It's going to be tough, and I'm excited for it. But we got a Game 7 coming up tomorrow. Speaking of Game 7s, we have one tonight between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. They're going to be playing in Brooklyn. I did my talk on Newsbreak. So the Newsbreak app is down below. Make sure you hit that and then follow me at Doing the Most. There we talk strictly about the Nets. But the Nets are playing tonight, and we need to see guys help Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant can't do it all by himself. If the Nets actually expect to win, they have the home crowd behind them, but the Milwaukee Bucks definitely got some energy. They feel in some type of way, they got some momentum going, especially that they led from start to finish last game. So with Harden still hobbling, I know he played better in Game 6 than he did in 5. He's still not James Harden. And without Kyrie, he needs guys like Joe Harris. He needs guys like Jeff Green. He needs Blake and all these other guys to do a little bit more. They need to slow down Middleton because Middleton was a factor. Now, one thing the Bucks need to do is continue attacking the basket when it comes to Giannis. Don't settle for jump shots. You saw they couldn't stop you when you were going to the rim. And he's got to continue with that effort. Now, that Game 7 will be on at 8:30. We're really excited for that. But there was one other team trying to force a Game 7 in LA, and that was the Utah Jazz. They lost one in Utah after Kawhi went out. Kawhi's not playing. And now they had a chance to go to LA and try to make it happen. We saw one of the most insane, bizarre performances. That game was literally the definition of a roller coaster ride. The game started with literally the Utah Jazz not missing. There was a moment in time where Jordan Clarkson had 17 straight points in the second quarter. This dude really had 21 points in the first half. He was going ballistic. Donovan couldn't miss. Nobody was missing. It was literally like you were using a Zen modded controller. Every shot they shot went in. It was ridiculous to watch. They were up big time. Big time. We thought it was Game 7 for sure. Third Game 7. But it was not over till it's over. That third quarter, them dudes went on a run. The Clippers at home, they pulled it together. Led by the one and only, the man. Literally the man. No, not Paul George, not Kawhi. Terrence Mann. That man put on a show, something we've never seen. This guy literally went from not playing, to dropping 39 points in a closeout game. To close out. Are y'all understanding me? The Clippers have never made it to the Western Conference Finals. They've been a franchise for 50 years. This is the longest drought in any professional sports in the U.S. And the man to step up was Terrence Mann. With all due respect, he's the man, legitimately. Now, it was a crazy game to watch. A lot of dudes stepped up. Reggie Jackson had himself a ball game. He was taking it to the chest of Rudy Gobert, who looked completely lost out there. I see all the slander on Twitter. Everyone was cooking Rudy Gobert. And unfortunately, Rudy Gobert couldn't defend that either. Like, he couldn't defend anyone on the court. He couldn't defend anyone talking crazy. But now, real talk, like, Gobert had an amazing regular season. He deserved Defensive Player of the Year. I know a lot of people say otherwise. But what had happened was they 5-outed. The Clippers adjusted. They went small ball. Batum was running the big. So they went literally small ball. And Quinn Snyder and the Utah Jazz never adjusted. He had the lowest plus-minus on the team. They left him literally playing a zone. He was standing down low, and it was tough. They couldn't close out to the corners for Terrence Mann. He couldn't close out to, dudes like Patrick Beverly were shooting as if they were Klay Thompson or Steph. He literally would shoot and walk away from it. Like, my mans they were doing something different. They really just took over that second half. It was an insane comeback. Paul George carried as well. Great job by Ty Lue. So Ty Lue coached the Cavaliers when they had a 50-year drought, literally, and they won a chip. And now this 50-year drought ends with Ty Lue without Kawhi Leonard. It's just insane to watch. It was a crazy game. Like I said, if you didn't witness that game or you turned it off early, you missed a treat. That was an insane game. Once again, I really don't think it was like Gobert's fault. I think the coaches just didn't take him out. You knew he couldn't really guard anyone out there in the three-point line. Now people are like, oh, what kind of defensive player can't do that? It was just, he really does his job. It's just in a situation like that, you got to adjust and not put him in those situations, literally. And most teams don't do that for a full game. So it is what it is. The Jazz had a great year. They're still young. They're going to be back. First seed has been eliminated out west. And now the Clippers are going to be ready to play the Suns tomorrow. They got to be ready tomorrow. Literally less than 48 hours later, they're playing Phoenix. The bad thing is Chris Paul looks like he's not going to be able to play anytime soon. We don't know exactly, but he did test positive, so we don't know how long it's going to be till he's off the protocol and good to play. We'll see. Curious, what do you guys think about that series? I think if Chris Paul doesn't play more than, 2 games or 3. Actually, I'll say if Chris Paul misses 3 games, I think the Clippers got it. But if he only misses 2 max, I think Chris Paul and the Suns got it. It could go any way. I think both teams are very talented. They both are missing their stars, I guess, right, in a sense. Chris Paul, Kawhi right now. And I think they're both capable of winning. They're both hungry. I could see the Suns doing big things without Chris Paul anyway. They're pretty well coached. And they're coming off that historic 8-0 bubble run from last year. I'm just messing with y'all. But nah, seriously, I think that's going to be a great series. I'm excited for that Game 7 in Philly, even though I don't think the Hawks are going to have it. But who knows? The Hawks have been surprising me this whole second round in the first place. So we'll see how that goes. And tonight's game is going to be a treat. It's going to be a great Game 7. I can't wait. I think it's going to be really, really exciting. And I hope you guys can't wait too. So thank you guys once again for supporting this journey on doing the most. You guys are the real ones. We're almost at 100 followers on Newsbreak. So make sure y'all follow us there if you haven't already done so. And I'll be seeing you guys later. It's your boy Most. And thank you for doing the most.